I am now.
Okay, talk to me.
Hi, Mr. Peavler.
Hey, Mrs. Peavler. Fancy meeting you here. Hi, this is Jay Peavler, and I'm going to interview my wife, Karen Peavler, and try and give you some information on the new learning center that she's opening up called the Door of Hope Learning Center. Karen, how long have you been doing reading tutoring?
Well, I first started back in, I believe, 1987,
87.
when my youngest son was in grammar school. And he had real struggles with reading. He was in, when he was in the second grade, he was tested, and they found that he was severely dyslexic. And he was like at the bottom of his class in the reading groups. And
Was he a smart boy?
he was very smart. He was very mechanical. He could take apart and put together just about anything. He was really hands-on, and learned very well by doing things with his hands.
Is that kind of typical of kids like that?
Yeah, it is. You could read to him and he would remember everything. So his comprehension was really good. But when it came to being in the classroom, learning to read, writing, spelling, he just wasn't getting it. And he was very, very slow at doing his work. He wasn't getting his work done. And
Drove us nuts, as I remember.
And yeah, he did. We just couldn't figure it out because we knew he was smart. So
what did you do about it? Where did it go from there?
Well, from there, they told me what his problem was, but they didn't really have any suggestion about.
Who's they?
At the school when they tested him.
Yeah.
They didn't give me any kind of direction as to how to find help for him. And the program they put him in at school just wasn't helping him at all.
What kind of program was that?
It was an RSP program where they pulled him out of the classroom and worked with him. And I didn't know what he needed, and I couldn't find anybody that knew what he needed for quite a while.
How long was quite a while?
About 2 years, actually.
You were actively looking for somebody to figure this out?
Yeah. And so he's in the 4th grade, and through the special ed teacher at the high school where his brother was going to school, I found out about a class I could take at the junior college. And in this class, they taught you how to tutor people for reading that had learning disabilities. So I went and took the class.
That was where?
Bakersfield College.
Mm-hmm.
And learned how to tutor. I found out I loved doing it and that I was good at it. And so I came home all excited that I was going to help my son learn to read.
Yeah, right.
And I could not tutor my own son.
That wasn't just your problem.
Yeah, it's hard to work with your own kid.
Yeah.
And you get so emotionally involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we would end up in tears most of the time when I'd try to work with him. So both of us would end up in tears.
Not me.
No, me and my son.
Yes.
So, so I went to the man that taught the class, who also owned a reading center here in town, and I asked him if he could possibly give my son tutoring in exchange for me tutoring someone, or more than one someone's, at his clinic. And he said absolutely, that he would love to do that swap. So I was able to not only tutor somebody and get my son tutored, but I also, in the process, learned the program really well and learned, how to tutor. And I ended up working for this man for several years in his reading clinic.
How long did it take your son to get through? How long, Jeremy?
Oh, he within 9 months he was reading at grade level.
Where did he start off at?
He was in the 4th grade. He was 2 years behind.
Wow.
So.
And within 9 months.
Yeah.
So instead of just continuing to fall behind, which he would have, the certain course he was on.
Or would have given up.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So the tutoring brought him up to grade level in his reading.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How many years you got under your belt?
Well,
an actual tutoring, you think?
About 15, maybe a little more than 15 of, really doing it in a semi-full-time basis.
And you've tutored a lot of people during that time.
Yeah.
What are the age spans?
Age spans?
Yeah, from how young to how old?
Probably youngest was 6, and I tutored adults. I tutored one lady that was probably in her 40s. Another man that was maybe in his 50s. The older they are, the harder it is, because as you grow older and you can't read, you build up more and more walls, and to protect yourself, you try to fake it, and so anyway, it's harder to work with people that have had that problem for a long time and tried to
Back to your son Jeremy, how was he able to progress after that point? What was the main difference you saw in his life?
Confidence. He learned to really enjoy reading. He'll pick up a book and just read it for fun now, which I never thought I'd see.
He's read some thick ones too.
Yeah, he does. He reads some thick ones. And he also discovered that he's very creative in writing. Mm-hmm. And that probably never would have come out of him had he continued to struggle like he was with reading.
Yeah, the creative genius was there. It just needed somebody to uncork that little bottle a little bit.
Yeah.